A frontier AI model just went from global rollout to emergency shutdown. On Friday, June 12, 2026, Anthropic said the US government issued an export control directive affecting Fable 5 and Mythos 5, two of Claude's newest and most capable models. According to Anthropic, the order suspends access for any foreign national, whether inside or outside the United States, including foreign national Anthropic employees. The result: Anthropic says it must disable Fable 5 and Mythos 5 for all customers to comply. Other Claude models are not affected. Here is the context. Just 3 days earlier, on June 9th, Anthropic introduced Claude Fable 5 as its most capable widely released model, built for long horizon reasoning, software engineering, vision, research, and agentic work. Mythos 5 shares the same core capabilities, but was limited to approved access paths, including Project Glasswing. Anthropic's own documentation described Fable 5 as generally available, with safety classifiers active, while Mythos 5 remained restricted. Then the launch shifted into a government intervention. Anthropic says it received the directive at 5:21 p.m. Eastern Time on June 12th. The letter cited national security authorities, but the company says it did not provide specific details of the concern. Anthropic says its understanding is that the government believes it found a method for bypassing or jailbreaking Fable 5. The company's response is direct. It says the issue appears narrow, not universal. The vulnerabilities were previously known and minor, and other publicly available models could identify them without that bypass. That distinction is central. A universal jailbreak would broadly defeat a model's safeguards. Anthropic says no testers have found one for Fable 5, after red teaming involving government partners, external groups, and internal teams. For regulators, even a narrow jailbreak can trigger concern when cybersecurity is involved. For Anthropic, the same evidence does not justify recalling a commercial model deployed at global scale. This is where the dispute becomes larger than one product launch. Anthropic says governments should be able to block unsafe AI deployments through a transparent, fair, fact-based process. But the company argues this action does not meet that standard. Now, the user impact is immediate. Claude Dev says access to Claude Fable 5 is being suspended for all users. Across Claude products, new sessions will run on the selected default model, or Opus 4.8. Existing Fable 5 sessions will end with an error. For developers, any workflow pointed directly at Fable 5 needs a fallback. For teams that adopted Fable 5 during launch week, this is not a routine model update. It is an emergency compliance event. The wider signal is clear. AI labs have spent years saying their most capable systems require staged access, monitoring, and safeguards. Governments are now showing they may treat those same systems as controlled strategic technology, especially when cyber capability enters the discussion. 3 questions follow. First, what technical threshold triggers state intervention? Second, what evidence should be required before access is cut off? Third, how do global companies build on frontier AI if access can change overnight? Anthropic says it is complying with the directive while working to restore access as soon as possible. The next development to watch is whether the government releases more technical detail and whether Anthropic can persuade officials that its safeguards already cover the disputed risk. Until then, Fable 5 and Mythos 5 are no longer only model names. They are now a test case for frontier AI access, export controls, and who gets to decide when a model is too capable to stay online.